Hello, everyone, and this is my reaction to Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 5. Last time on Attack on Titan. So, as the preparations to continue the parody operation continued, we finally got introduced to the Tiber family and its head, Willie, who says that someone among them is the Warhammer Titan. It could be him or it could be someone else. Who knows? He has a pretty big family there, and Magath had no reaction to seeing it. So, because the Tibers helped Marley in the Great Titan War, the Tibers are very well respected, and it was very easy for him to rally the people onto his side during a party. And then during the party, while the warrior candidates were serving everyone, Udo accidentally spilled wine on someone's kimono, but the woman told her not to make a scene of it, and then she covered for Udo. And Gabi says the woman is an Easterner from Hizuru. I assume that's some other nation. So apparently there are other nations out there that actually don't think poorly of aliens and are actually willing to help them out, like her, for example. So they're trying to figure out a plan to infiltrate the island, but so far nothing's come up. And Falco actually managed to beat Gabi in a race, thanks to some help from his new hospital friend, Mr. Kruger, aka Aaron. And then Aaron also got to meet his grandfather as well. Not too much of an interaction, I guess. And then at the very end of it, after Liberio entered festival mode, Falco asked Reiner to come with him, and Falco led Reiner down to a basement where he found Eren over there. After 4 years, Eren and Reiner have finally met once again. So the Tybers are about to put on a show, and Eren and Reiner are finally meeting again after 4 years. So let's see how the interaction goes now on Attack on Titan. This ought to be good. This is Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 5, English dubbed.
Why? But I think
Forgiveness for
I
what?
just wanted to be judged.
Okay, but what did that man do? What exactly did that man do though? Why did he ask to be forgiven?
You said you were old friends and that he wanted to surprise you. It's true, right?
Kruger.
You two were friends?
Yeah. And we have a whole lot to catch up on.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't even know where to start. It can't be. Aaron.
Yes. Dun 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 dun. Na na ni na 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 ni 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 na. Dee 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 da. Da da dee da 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 dee 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 da dee dee da dee da dee 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 da. On, long, on. Sound. Oh. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. All right. Number 64. Declaration of War.
I found us good seats. You can hear everything that happens on stage.
We're right beneath an apartment building. It's behind the stage, but still.
Oh.
Full of excited families.
Waiting at their windows for the curtains to rise.
Aaron?
They're all directly above us.
Aaron?
Say, Mr. Kruger, did you cut your hand?
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Just a scratch.
Aaron, are you really serious?
I think I should head back to the others now.
No, Falco. You should stay here and listen to us. Just do as he says, alright?
Okay.
I'm sure that Annie was just as
She's
brave.
not dead.
Yep,
My daughter is alive. One day she'll come back. She promised me
she is. And she is alive.
To think, we're about to declare war on what's left of Eldia from the Eldian internment zone.
It's amazing that the Tybers have so much influence. Sophia doesn't like loud stuff, huh?
Back yet?
Just like me.
Commander Magath sent me. He needs his Eldian warriors.
Who is that? Raina, are you going to say something or not? Say something!
But there was one brilliant Marleyan who saw in this chaos a path to victory.
Halos.
The heroic paragon we all know as Helos.
Yep,
Thanks
Halos.
to his cunning manipulations, Eldian infighting grew far worse, and the Empire grew weak.
Oh,
Then Helos joined hands with the Tiber family. and they forced the supposedly unbeatable King Fritz to retreat to a far-flung island.
King Fritz. Yep.
That
Those two.
said, he fled with his powers intact, and his reign continued. With him, he took tens of millions of Titans, ready to trample the world at his command.
Yeah.
It's believed that our world continues to exist unbroken for one reason alone: chance. Our
Chance.
scholars can field no better explanation.
Honestly, it makes sense. I get why you plunged my home into hell. You were on a mission to save the world, right? So you had to.
Yeah.
My orders are to send you to the gate, Jaeger.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
I've seen you before, but I can't quite place you. The Panzer unit. Thanks for all your
The
hard
what?
work, guys.
No. What was that?
What? Those soldiers ride the cart Titan into battle. I need their support.
Oh!
I try to build a bond with them.
Oh!
No offense,
Nice.
but it seems like you did more harm than good.
Why? What happened?
Yes, sir. Everything's quiet for now.
Who is this soldier? I don't know who this could be.
Commander McGath.
Oh! Who are you? I don't know if I should know who you are.
Okay. What's going on here? Why does Vice Chief Brown seem so afraid? Mr. Kruger said they were old friends, but... Because... If it is...
Yep.
It can't be. Oh no.
Oh, Falco. The parody island operation. I'll see that afterwards. Oh man, this is getting good.
The Great Titan War was ended, not by Helos, or by my Tiber forebears.
Then?
The savior who ended the fighting, the hero who saved the world, was King Fritz himself.
He left.
He was plagued by guilt over the Eldian Empire's vicious past. He'd grown weary of watching families and countrymen torn apart by war, and he wept for Marley, a nation under constant pressure.
Man.
So when he inherited the founding Titan, he plotted his own downfall with the Titans. Together, we created a Marleyan hero who would drive the king out. His name, Helos.
Oh.
After that, King Fritz moved as many Eldians to parody as...
Oh, so they made a deal with them?
Countless Titans would be unleashed in retaliation.
Ah.
However, he never intended to make good on this threat.
No, he never did.
King Fritz made a vow renouncing war, and bound his successors to uphold it, just as he had.
Ah.
Thus, his ideology was passed down to each new king of the war.
That's why they never did anything against the Titans.
It was the king of the walls, Karl Fritz, a man who yearned for
Karl
peace.
Fritz. So,
That's it.
so he actually saved them.
That's all he wanted. He said that if Marley grew strong someday, and came in force to shatter his peace and seize the founding Titan, he would accept it.
He believed the sins his people committed were so horrific that they could never be atoned for.
Oh.
When the day of retribution finally comes, I
Kenny.
will accept it. But until then, let me enjoy this walled paradise, free from strife. I asked for nothing but a brief span of peace. Those were the final words the king left us with.
Same with Kenny and Uri. That changes a lot of stuff.
Willie wouldn't lie.
That means parody doesn't actually pose a threat.
Man. Yeah, right?
It's true. To secure our own safety, my family joined hands with King Fritz. We became heroes to the world.
What the hell is this place?
Looks
Oh.
like a pit meant to detain warriors like us.
Their arms.
It's a classic.
It
This
broke.
space is too cramped to transform in. And with two of us down here,
Got it. We just crush each other.
Yep.
they really were familiar, though. I know that much.
Okay, so who is she?
Please stay and watch. This is my time.
Using a great host of colossal titans.
Colossal
Bounded
Titans.
Together, the walls surely contain tens of millions of colossal titans. They
Oh.
guard the king's peace as his shield and his spear.
The soundtrack.
Or they did.
But now that peace is being threatened from within, an uprising has taken place on Paradis. The king has been deposed. The founding Titan
Stolen.
They know.
Thief is an enemy to every man, woman, and child outside of his island.
Oh, they know.
An enemy of peace
Aaron's leg is growing back.
is Aaron Yeager.
Oh my gosh! Aaron finally grew his leg back.
Tricked me. After what you said, I respected you. But you were just using me.
The she had me sent from outside the internment zone. Who were they too?
Oh,
They reached my comrades.
they're here? They're all here? Aaron, how could you do that?
Wait,
Fuck.
You wrote your comrades?
if the Colossus
Are they here then?
are ordered to walk, the rumbling will be felt across the earth, and death will follow. Until now, only royalty has had the power to wield the founding titan.
But now,
This Aaron Yeager has found a way to use the founder without having royal blood.
Which means he could begin the rumbling at any moment.
oh shoot,
Once the walls apparently begin to walk,
the rumbling.
there will be nothing we can do. Except flee in vain from the sound of earth-shaking steps that will herald our doom.
Oh shoot,
These monsters will crush
all the
every
colossal
tree,
titans.
Every tree and flower, they will literally flatten our world.
All the colossal titans.
Exactly right. I'm the bad guy Willie says I am. If nobody stops me, there's a chance that I'll destroy your whole world.
Aaron, why though?
But to my eyes, you look like the bad guys too. That day, when you breached
The wall. When Titans destroyed my home. When I watched as my mom was eaten. I couldn't understand it. Why, Raina? But what was your mission?
To save the world by taking the founder.
Well, that's that. If all that was to save the world, then
you didn't have much choice.
Oh, I guess he didn't. I'm not talking much, am I?
I considered every person on this side of the sea an enemy. But later, I crossed the sea and slept under my enemy's roof, ate the food they offered me. Some of these people are awful,
That was you.
but some are good.
Like you, Falco.
Same where I'm from. Inside the walls, we're all just people.
But you were taught that the people in the walls weren't like you, that we were demons.
That was him
You
only.
got brainwashed. Hatred was part of your training.
I was trying to figure out who that was.
How could you have fought that?
You couldn't have.
You're wrong, Aaron.
What?
That day, when the Titan got Marcel, Annie and Bertolt wanted to end the mission right then. And they would.
But you pushed them both.
I convinced them to keep going. Not just to save my own skin, but because I wanted to become a hero. I wanted to be respected. It's my fault. The truth is, your mother was eaten by a Titan because of me.
I have always hated my blood. And more than anyone, I have wished that my race would disappear.
Just kill me.
Rainer!
However,
Hey!
I confess that I want to live. That despite everything, I believe this world is my place.
Rainer saying to kill him.
It is yours.
He says he wants to live.
The people gathered here may belong to different races, different nations. But if we're to survive this crisis, then for the first time in history, we must join this war.
He's getting them all on his side.
So please,
If you wish to live and lend me your strength, help me protect our world's future.
On cameras and everything.
If we work together, we can overcome any obstacle, any threat. I ask each of you to join me as I go to fight the devils who would plunge our world into hell. Help me defeat them!
here and now, as a representative of Mali's government,
Man, look at this go.
I just keep moving forward.
Huh?
Till I killed my enemies.
Oh! Oh gosh! Aaron! Why are you here? Get Falco out of there! Run!
Consider this!
Aaron! All the people over there! Here he is! Aaron's here! Oh! Willie! Don't end! Don't end! Don't end! Don't end there! That ending! Why did I end it right over there? Ah! I definitely need to go back to that story and see a few things. I want to be sure of a few points. But gosh, Aaron, what the heck was that for? Why? Did Ryan and Falco make it out of there in time? And what about all the people in the buildings? Are they all safe? I guess not, but Aaron, what are you doing? Feel so bad for Falco now. Well, there was never a reason not to. Well, he was not actually a bad guy, but so sad the way Aaron used him. Oh, just a second. I need to go back to that story and then maybe I'll go back and watch the scene with Aaron transforms again. I'll be right back. It was indeed a declaration of war, alright. But from who? From you or from him? You want war? Fine then. It's war then. Is he about to eat him right there? Oh shoot. Okay, I think I understand the story now. So first, Wooly told them the story everybody else knew, that the Marlian hero Helos, along with the Tiber family, drove King Fritz away, and then he erected his three walls that were made up of lots and lots of colossal titans. So there were so many other colossal titans as well. And he said that if anyone ever threatens his paradise, he'd unleash the colossal titans that he has stored inside the walls and flatten the whole world. And they thought that the only reason why he hasn't already is due to chance. And that's why they thought the parody threat was so great that it had to be stopped. And that combined with the sins that the aliens have committed in the past is why they became known as a race of devils who have committed terrible sins. So that's all what Marlians knew. But there was something else about it that they didn't know about. There was something more to the truth. So apparently, the alien king at the time, Karl Fritz, was, after seeing the stuff that had happened, he felt sad for what happened. He wept for Marley and he just wanted all the fighting to stop. He wanted peace. He wanted no more fighting with the Marlians or the Eldians or anyone else. He felt so guilty about the sins that his ancestors had done that he wanted it to stop. So he, along with the Tiber family, created a hero for Marley to fall back to, someone to take all the credit. And so they both created the hero Helos. And so they staged Karl Fritz leaving and made it seem as though they drove Karl Fritz away. But in truth, Karl Fritz left all on his own because he wanted to leave them in peace. And yes, he did give the threat that he'd flatten the whole world with all the colossal titans in his wall. But in truth, he never meant to make do on that threat. It was just an empty promise to keep them away from his place. And he said that if Marley ever does come to take him and the power of the founder, then he will accept it. Until then, he wants to live in this paradise for as long as he can. So that's why it's called paradise. Because the king thought it was a paradise, and if aliens were misbehaving or stuff, then they'd send them to enjoy the paradise in the form of a titan. And we also saw how that ended up. The people inside the walls ended up killing the titans that Marley kept sending their way. But then they found out that Eren Yeager has stolen the power of the founding titan, and that somehow he can use it without any royal blood. So, but what they don't know is that the way they saw it happen, Eren can only use the founding titan's power when he's touching another titan that has royal blood. They saw him use that once before, and now they know that he can use the power of the founder. But they don't know how he managed that. They just know that he did. And said that because he doesn't have royal blood, he's not bound to the king's vow renouncing war. He's not tied up to the king's ideology like every other alien king before him was. So that's why the alien kings in season 3 were refusing to stop the power of the Titans. They were bound by Karl Fritz's vow renouncing war. They decided to let Marley come and take them and accept their fate if it ever came to that. But Eren, on the other hand, he doesn't want any of that. Since he's not royal blood, he's not bound by it and he can do whatever he wants. And he said that now Eren is going to make the Titans loose and have them rumble all over the world. The rumble will be felt everywhere and it's going to flatten the whole world. So now they want Elia, Marley, and all the other nations to join forces to crush Paradis Island and to stop Eren Yeager before he can flatten the entire world. And Eren and Reiner were busy listening to the whole story, and Eren said, I guess to their guys, I'm the bad guy. And also while he was saying that, Eren was also growing back his foot, and Falco, he was surprised. Like the scene where Eren also growing back his foot as Taibo was telling him the story, I'm not sure why that got me so much, because I knew that Eren could grow back his feet. But as Taibo was telling him the story and Eren was done hiding and finally showing his true colors, that was something else, man. So then I guess I talk about Aaron and Reiner's conversation. He asked Reiner why he did what he did. He did it because he was trying to save the world from the threat that Karl Fritz posed. So he thought it was just by chance that Karl Fritz was not releasing the Titans in the wall upon the rest of the world, and that if they take the founding Titan from them, then he won't be able to do that at all. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to save the world, and maybe that's why they wanted the founding Titans' power. Maybe if they could stop the alien threat, they could give the other nations a reason to rally behind Marley and come to their side. Maybe that's why they wanted the power of the founding Titan. Because they knew that eventually they'd lose to the weapons of mankind that have now become strong enough to oppose the power of the Titans. But they thought if they did this, then maybe they wouldn't have to fight them. Maybe they could make all the nations worship Marley forever and therefore never launch an attack on them ever again. Well, that's what I think is why they're doing it. I'm not sure, but that's the best thing I can think of for why they wanted the founding Titan's power. That's why I think the founding Titan was what was going to help them. Of course, I'm not sure if that's actually what they're going for, but I can't think of any reason for why the founding Titan's power was supposed to help them stop all the fighting. And then Rana told Eren about after how Marcel was eaten, Annie and Berthold wanted to go back, but Rainer pushed them to keep going it, and because of that, they were forced to destroy the wall, and that's why his mother was eaten by a Titan. He says he doesn't blame them anymore because they were trying to save the world. Can you really blame them for that? His mother had to die, yes, but there was nothing that they could do about it. They were trying to save the world, and breaking down the wall was the only way for them to do it. There was no other way for them to get inside there without being questioned. So, at the beginning of the episode, Bertolt was talking about the guy who told him the story about how he opened the window and saw a Titan over there. And then afterwards, he hung himself because he felt guilty. But what exactly was he feeling guilty for? Well, not guilty, but okay, so they said he was taking revenge, but I don't get why. What was he taking revenge on? That's the thing I didn't get from the scene at the beginning. They also show that scene in episode 3 also, but I still didn't understand it then either. I still don't get why that old man told him the story and then just did that to himself. Maybe we'll find out more about it afterwards, but okay, for now let's move on. And then. Oh yeah, and then Aaron talked about how he also came to Marley because he had no choice. At first, he saw people on the other side of the sea the same way Rainer saw the people on Paradis Island. Rainer was taught at a young age that the people of Paradis Island are nothing but devils that have committed terrible sins, and therefore he didn't feel that much remorse when he first got there and broke down the walls and caused all that death. To him, he thought he was just murdering all the bad guys. But then, as he got to spend time with them and learn more about them, that there were both good and bad people there, well, not all completely bad, he saw them as just people. And that's when he began to regret his actions. Yeah, and same way for Eren too. After coming with Marley, after sleeping under the same roof as his enemies, eating the same meals as them, and getting to know them a lot more, he started to see more from them too, and he started to see that they're not all bad people. Some are actually good, like Falco, for example. He said he hoped that Falco could get to live a long life, but did he actually mean that? Because that scene at the end is anything to go by. I'm not sure if Reiner Falco actually made it out of there in time. Reiner saw that Eren was about to transform and tried to get him and Falco out of there, but I'm not sure if they made it out in time. Well, the soldiers outside the door didn't seem to make it out in time, so it's not likely that Reiner and Falco were able to make it out either. But we'll have to find out next time, I guess. Then what else? Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. The presentation was going on at the background, and then Eren and Reiner were having a talk about why they both did what they did on each side and how they both felt. And Eren said that now he's the same as Reiner. After seeing things from his point of view and after coming to his place, he finds himself to be the same as him. And at the end, Reiner actually asks Eren to kill him and let him be the end of it. But then Eren picks Reiner up and saying, it's okay. But then he's going to push forward until he kills all his enemies. And that's when he transforms, just as Willis says, consider this a declaration of war. And then Eren swoops in, grabs him, throws him up, looks like it's about to eat him, and then that's where the episode ended. And the one thing I want to know is that who was that other guard whose face that they never showed? I'm not sure if that's anybody that we've seen before. That didn't seem like Sasha, or Hanji, or Mikasa, so I'm not sure who that could have been. And I'm not sure why she's going against Marley either. Peak says she recognizes her, so she could be a Marleyan soldier, but why is she doing all of this anyway? Why is she helping out? Well, I guess we're about to find out now because Eren has launched an attack and his first target is Willy Tiber. Is he going to get him or not? So Peak and what's his name? Galliard are down in a hole, and after they both fell, Galliard broke his hand and Peak broke something too, and they were both too busy healing. The arm was broken like this or something, and Peak, I don't know what was broken, but they were too busy healing too. And because there's two of them and there's a big space, if either one of them transform or both of them transform, they'll be stuck there or they'll end up touching each other. So they can't transform either. They have to hope someone will come and save them, if that happens, that is. And Aaron, though, after he transformed, he said there are a lot of other people and families in the buildings above. And so by transforming, did he just kill them all in the process? Why, Aaron? What the heck? Well, I guess that's the same thing Rhino and Bear told it to them, but still, I thought he understood their point of view. But you're just gonna do it anyway? Alright then. I think I covered pretty much everything that happened. So Aaron got to see the similarities on both sides of the sea, and we learned the real truth on how the Great Titan War really ended, and what Karl Fritz actually did, and why the King of the Wall just refused to eradicate the Titans in season 3. But now, war has begun. Willie said it was a declaration of war, and just on cue, Aaron showed up to try and take him away. So let's see how this war starts next time on Attack on Titan. Let's see how this war goes on now. Thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time to see how the war starts. Bye.